If your German Shepherd is struggling with allergies, this video is for you. Now, German Shepherds are indeed very prone to having certain health issues and for having certain skin allergies. And I will also give you the best possible course of action for you to tackle the actual issue. So really do stay tuned. Now, the first thing you need to understand about dog allergies is that there are 3 different allergies when it comes to dogs. One has to be nutritional, the second one is seasonal, and the third one is breed specific or litter specific. Now let's break them down one by one, shall we? Whenever we talk about nutrition allergies, we are talking about certain ingredients your dog is consuming, and one or more of those ingredients are causing the exacerbation in your dog's condition, are causing your dog's skin to get all itchy and for your dog to be uncomfortable and for them to be maybe gnawing their paws or to be really uncomfortable. So what is the best course of action if your dog has a nutrition allergy? Well, the first piece of advice and most important for you now going forward is read the ingredients for everything you give your dog. Irrespective of what any manufacturer tells you on the front of the bag of food or the front of any treat you give your dog, I want you to look on the back and I want you to dissect and go one by one any ingredients you may encounter. What are some ingredients to definitely stay away from? Wheat, barley, corn, soy, meat and animal derivatives, things like animal fats and things like sugar. Let me break them down. We have inflammatory ingredients: rice, wheat, barley, corn gluten, wheat gluten meal, those sort of ingredients. Those are inflammatory. Dogs have a hard time digesting them and they do more harm than good. Remember that high glycemic carbohydrates are very hard for your dog to break down. So the lower the amount of carbohydrates we feed the dog, the better. Now you will be wondering whether grain-free is better or not for your dog. Well, it depends. If the grain-free food you feed or you choose has a low amount of carbohydrates, then that will be okay. But remember that if you currently feed a dog 50% rice or 50% wheat gluten in a bag of food and we swap that 50% for 50% potatoes or 50% chickpeas or yellow peas, the problem is still going to be there. It's too many carbohydrates for your dog. So the lower the amount of carbohydrates, trust me, the better it will be for the dog. The second thing I want to tell you whenever we talk about German Shepherds and their nutrition is what specific animal protein should you be feeding your dog? Well, we are going to do something called the elimination diet or the single protein diet, whereby we are going to choose one single protein. And you can do this, you can choose the one you want. It can just be chicken or beef or lamb or kangaroo, ostrich or salmon. And we are only going to feed that particular protein alongside low glycemic carbohydrates and wholesome ingredients for your dog. I want you to really pay attention. I don't want you to feed any natural flavors, any meat and animal derivatives. I want you to stay away from something like animal fats, for example. If we do not know what we are feeding our dog, and this is sometimes the fault of a lot of vet prescription diets, which include extremely vague ingredients. If we don't know what specifically we are giving our dog, are we going to be able to pinpoint what exacerbates the dog? We won't. Let me give you an example. If our dog is allergic to chicken and we give them a chicken breast and they really do struggle with that protein, we will have a 1-to-1 correlation. But if we give the dog animal fats, we will not know what we are feeding the dog. To recap, for German Shepherds, a low carb and single protein food to address this potential nutritional issue. Any treat you give your dog should mirror any food you give your dog. Don't start giving the dog whatever you see fit. Be very, very strict, and that's the way you do that. The second source of allergies in German Shepherds has to do with seasonal allergies. During certain times of the year, your dog, your German Shepherd, might be susceptible to different flare-ups, and it could be anything. It could be dust mites, it could be sand, it could be pollen, it could be grass. We do not know what it would be unless we have a test. So the way we do try to address this is to monitor the dog's behavior and monitor the dog's allergies. And if these flare-ups seem to be a bit more prominent in the spring or in the autumn, whenever the season changes, then we will have a very concrete hint that the dog is suffering from a seasonal allergy. And in order for us to tackle this issue, we have to come down to where we walk the dog. If we see the dog is struggling with grass, we are going to just avoid grass altogether if we actually can. If it's not possible, it won't be possible. But if the dog, for example, is allergic to sand, we will not want to take the dog down to the beach. I'm really sorry. And the third one, and this is one of the less talked about things, is breed specific or litter specific. You have to do your own homework whenever it comes to your German Shepherd. The litter they came from, the breeders they came from, what was the lineage, what were the health conditions of their parents and all those lineages. Do I have a purebred German Shepherd, or do I have a German Shepherd that hasn't followed the best lines? And by their ancestors not having the best lines and the best genes, and some of those traits will have passed down to the fresher generation, to your dog. So if you can pinpoint, if you can identify the lineage, and if you can study your breeders again and any other pups in the litter that might suffer from the same ones, it will actually save you time and money. Now, before you go away and try to buy the most amount of remedies and dog allergy tablets and dog allergy remedies, I want you to consider a blood allergy test. You can request a blood allergy test from your vet, and that will specifically address what items your dog is allergic to, from dust mites to lamb to sorghum to wheat to whatever your dog is allergic to. It is not cheap, but it's really worthwhile if you are really struggling with your dog's condition and really want to find out what's going on with your dog's allergies. A blood allergy test, not a hair sample, not a hair allergy test, but a blood allergy test, will reveal everything you need to do. And once your vet or the company you do it with gives you the list of ingredients and the list of allergens, you will see a tolerance and you will see thresholds, and you will be able to play with the different ingredients and the different landscape for your dog. So if your dog is allergic to 3 proteins, you will be able to check all the ingredients you are giving your dog and avoid all those allergens and all those inflammatory ingredients, just like with us humans. But if you are looking for certain supplements that might ease your dog's condition, there's a few I really do like, and I will leave them down here for you to have a look at. These tend to contain anti-inflammatory ingredients, natural ingredients that are anti-inflammatory. Things like omega-3s, those are anti-inflammatory. Things like turmeric. Turmeric is a known anti-inflammatory. These are natural components in foods that can be added to your dog's diet in order to boost your dog's immune system. Now bear in mind that any dermatitis, anything that ends with itis means inflammation. So if your dog suffers from dermatitis, that means the inflammation of the dermis, the inflammation of the skin. So by you boosting your dog's immune system, you will really be helping your dog. Something else you can do for your German Shepherd is add some natural probiotics, maybe a dollop of natural yogurt every other day or every day can be very beneficial to boosting your dog's immune system. But the most important thing you should be taking control of is your dog's diet. Assess line by line, ingredient by ingredient, take notes, take all the treats, assess everything you give your dog and exclude any inflammatory ingredients. Keep everything to a single protein and I guarantee that you will be able to get to grips with what's going on with your German Shepherd. And hey, if you want to learn more, you should really watch this video next.